Since the last stream this past weekend, we got some heartbreaking news. And by news, I cannot stress enough. This is a rumor, what we're about to talk about. A rumor that's been answered, but we need to break the original story before we talk about the response, okay? So for those who didn't keep up this weekend, there was a rumor that was floating around the internet. It started in a forum from a Xbox insider that this was the end of the road for Microsoft's Xbox consoles. According to Red Dragon, Xbox Insider says future Xbox hardware is up in the air and may not happen despite their announcements. Hold on, let me turn this shit down a little bit, just a little bit. Costco isn't going to be the only major retailer pulling Xbox. More massive layoffs are coming. Let's read the actual post from the forum. Remember, this is just a rumor. But the internet, the jokes were flying, and we're going to talk about that and why that's not a good thing. But one second, let's read the actual original post. According to this insider, Sneeko So, without going into too much detail, not long after the last round of layoffs, it's going to be just as big. Wait, some rumblings out of the Xbox are starting to come out that they were a little hard to believe. The ramifications of Call of Duty on Game Pass Gambit not working out, they're just starting to get properly measured. But the thing that really stuck out to me was that suddenly real concrete plans for actual Microsoft Xbox went from being home hardware, went from being definitive to up in the air, which was really starting to give in this thing that was meant to be out relatively soon. What he's saying is, remember a month ago when Xbox came out and said they're working on the next Xbox? Internally, there are some rumors, some rumblings that we might not ever get another Xbox. Where did my chat go? Oh, there we go. This way he worded this is weird. It's one of those situations where despite folks being told, hey, we want to pull the trigger on this in 2026, the steps you would need to take in the lead up to delivering a new console gen weren't being met. Lots of things were sure things, and they're starting to get pushed. The Costco retailer pulling Xbox, and apparently there are one of many that we'll learn about soon, told me is all I needed to know. The way he sentenced all this is weird. Yeah, apparently this leaker is very credible. He's leaked other very credible stuff. To sum it up, the future of Xbox is software publishing with a significantly honed in focus on profitable IPs, i.e. Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Minecraft, Candy Crush, Forza, Horizon. Cloud gaming being the home of the Xbox platform and transitioning Game Pass into basically becoming the point of entry subscription for xCloud access, which will continue to drive its price tag higher, by the way. They aren't just done there either. And they're going to be releasing software on any device that has a marketplace and users are willing to buy their titles. Translation. You can see Game Pass on the Switch, Game Pass on PlayStation, Game Pass on the Ouya? On the PS4? Game Pass on the Dreamcast? Maybe some OME things will take up the Xbox name, but given what is clearly a collapse in favorable mindshare and faith in said brand, I'm not even sure a third-party OME is going to want to have an Xbox console by the time Microsoft is done with their reorienting of the division. What he's saying is basically, you know, the Xbox ROG Ally that just came out, the collaboration with Asus. He's saying maybe in the future they'll see collaborations like a Steam. Remember the what was it? The Steam box, like a Xbox Steam box type thing, or more ROG Allies, but don't expect a Microsoft console. When this news broke, everybody was dunking on the Steam machine. Yeah, everybody was dunking on Microsoft. And to be honest, I looked at this shit and even I was believing this rumor because it hasn't been good for Microsoft. For every 4 PlayStation 5 sold, 1 Xbox is sold. The Xbox games are best selling on PlayStation. Then they raised the price of Game Pass. Costco, the third largest retailer in the United States, pulled Xbox from their shelves. The massive layoffs. Call of Duty reportedly lost $300 million in sales thanks to the Game Pass. It's just been so many bad things to come out. And I said last week, because somebody asked me, do you think this is the end of the hardware? And I said, no. I think this is a yellow flag, because keep in mind, Sega, it took Sega like 3 or 4 failed consoles before they fell off. So I said, you know, the Xbox One is a failure. I like the Xbox Series, but it is a financial failure. The next Xbox, if the next Xbox fails, they're in trouble. Not because they don't have the cash. Microsoft stocks are up. Keep in mind, Microsoft owns Windows. They're fine. It's just, you know, they're a company and they want to make money. And if they see one thing is pulling them down and they can increase their profits, there is a world where Microsoft cuts off the Xbox cord and say, fuck it. We're just going to focus on Windows and other products. But then I thought about it, and this is a little bit different from Sega. I thought about it this weekend when this rumor came out. The reason this is different from Sega is because not only have they had 2 failure of a consoles back to back, which is hella expensive, they bought like 20 studios. They've barely put out, mind you, they paid billions of dollars for these game studios. They've barely put out any games for them. One of them was Redfall. Then you're losing $300 million last year on Call of Duty. So although they haven't had 3 failures of a console in a row, 2 failed consoles, plus this Game Pass being a little shaky, those studios being super expensive, the upkeep, they've spent a lot of money. Maybe they are in the red flag. And it was crazy too, because when this story broke, Microsoft let it run for the whole weekend. The jokes were flying. And I'm here to let y'all know, when I criticize these corporations, it's coming from a place of love. I criticize them because I want to see them do better. But one thing I will say is I never want to see Xbox fail. And the same is true for PlayStation, Nintendo, and Steam. For all the people, because it was a lot on Twitter, that was dunking on Xbox, I'm here to let you guys know, if this rumor comes true, you don't want to live in that world. A world where PlayStation has no competition? You think that's funny? Guys, you would have never got PlayStation Plus if it wasn't for the Games Pass. Games with gold. Competition is a good thing. It pushes your brand that you enjoy further. If we remove that from the equation, they're going to fuck you. So this is bad news. Whether you like Xbox or not, it's bad news. We don't want this. Not to mention Xbox owns a ton of studios. Microsoft. Who's to say Microsoft pulls the plug on Xbox tomorrow, says they're gutting the gaming division, they lay off thousands of people in all these studios, and we will never see any of these games ever again because Microsoft owns them. Not releases the studios just disbands them. This is bad. So for the people rooting on their down, trust me, you don't want this. This is a bad timeline. And I'm being 100% honest. I would say the same thing about PlayStation. I would say the same thing about Steam. I would say the same thing about Nintendo. More competition is always good. And to make matters worse too, hold on, where was it at? Not only did they increase the price of the Game Pass, Microsoft confirmed that it scrapped the Xbox Game Pass discount on all the games and DLC purchases. For those who never subscribed to the Game Pass, another pro was you also got discounts on games. So not only did they increase the price of the Game Pass, you don't even get discounts. You're getting less and you're paying more. I don't know what the fuck is going on at Microsoft, man. Do you... Shout out to Trey G with the $5 super chat. Do you think there will be any consequences for Microsoft possibly breaking their contingencies with the FCC? I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. I'm not 100% sure on that. And then this is how I knew. Although I'm not 100% sure if this story is true, because we're going to get to that. Microsoft released a statement. This is where I started to lean towards, I think this rumor might be true. Another story that came out this weekend is Microsoft is about to launch a free Xbox cloud gaming with ads. Nigga, are you poor? Bro, get this shit the fuck out my face. Microsoft is getting ready to announce an ad-supported version of the Xbox Cloud Gaming. Sources familiar with Microsoft's plans, let me turn this down. Plans tell The Verge that the software maker has started testing ad-supported game streaming internally, allowing employees to play select titles free without a Game Pass subscription. I understand that free ad-supported versions of Xbox Cloud Gaming will include the ability to stream some games you own, as well as eligible free play day titles, which lets Xbox players try games over a weekend. You'll also be able to stream Xbox Retro Classic games. Sources tell me the internal testing includes around 2 minutes of pre-roll ads before a game is available to stream for free through Xbox Cloud Gaming. Microsoft is also currently testing a limit of 1 hour per sessions with up to 5 hours free a month. These limits may well change when the service officially launches. The ad-supported Xbox Cloud Gaming version will be available on PC, consoles, handheld, and via the web. Microsoft is planning to test free streaming through a public beta test soon before launching it fully in the cloud in the coming months. The only way this is gonna work is if it's unlimited streaming and limited ads. Maybe for like every 1 hour of gameplay you get an ad, maybe 2 hours. Well, who gives a fuck you're giving away 5 free hours if I gotta watch ads? This just reeks of, we need some money. We're poor. We are fucking poor. Wait, guys, like imagine a world where your boys say, hey man, get on the game, bro. Hey, get on the game. You hop into the group chat, right? You hop into the Discord. And then you be like, hey, where you at, bro? You loading in? Nah, man, I gotta watch these ads. What? Yeah, I got 5 minutes of ads left. What the fuck are you talking about? And then the worst part is too, once your niggas find out you gotta watch ads before you can get on the game, you know that's gonna create a class warfare within gaming. This nigga gotta watch ads to play Fortnite. He's poor. You're gonna get clowned. You're gonna get clowned. Now niggas gonna get bullied because they on the ad plan, bruh. Imagine being in the middle of a fucking match and the ad pop up, bro. What are you doing? I can't see. It's a fucking pop up. Now, that was the story that broke this past weekend. The good news is on this fine Monday, we do have a follow-up story where Microsoft is trying to debunk it all. According to GameStop, future Xbox consoles are not canceled, Microsoft says. Recently, a rumor swirled online that Microsoft was canceling its next generation Xbox plans, but that is apparently not true or the full story. Microsoft said in a statement that it is actively investing in future first-party consoles and devices that are designed, engineered, and built by Xbox. The statement shared with Windows Central pointed fans to the announcement from June this year that Microsoft is working with AMD on future consoles and devices. At the time, Xbox President Sarah Bond said Microsoft and AMD will work together to co-engineer silicon across a portfolio of devices, including our next generation Xbox consoles, in your living room and in your hands. In February of 2024, Bond said that the next Xbox will offer the largest technical leap that you've ever seen in hardware generations. And then it goes on to talk about the other rumor. So they came out and said that it is not true. And like they did announce a new Xbox like a month or two ago. The only problem is, you know, people lie. There's no way to know what's true and what's not, because the person who leaked it is a known leaker who's been right on several occasions, and that's the only reason this rumor got any legs. So what I will say is, if it turns out that they don't make any more hardware, don't be surprised if it's true. Shout out to JFE with the super chat. Appreciate you. Not to mention the ads will increase as people get used to the business model. I'm good. Ding, 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 ding. 100% correct. 100% correct. If they implement this ad plan, they're going to start off with 5 minutes of ads, but that 5 is going to turn into 10, that 10 into the 15. Remember, the Game Pass started off as $10 a month. Now it's 30. I'm old enough to remember when Netflix used to be $8 a month. Now what is it, like 30? And that's with ads. That's how they start, bruh. Who cares if the games are trash or mid? Well, Xbox had one of the best games of the year with Expedition 33. Not every game on there is trash or mid. I don't even know why y'all say that. We know you PlayStation niggas be buying Xbox games. Those, two of the best selling games on PlayStation this year is fucking Grounded and Forza. What are you talking about? You don't like it, but somebody likes it. Just say you're not interested. Like, give a mouse a cookie type shit. Fraudulent, bro. We're the Game Pass Bishop when you need him. We need a word on what he has to say about this. So to bring this full circle, I will say once again, I actually genuinely hope this is not true. I don't want to see Xbox fail, especially because Xbox 360 was one of my favorite consoles of all time. Yo, shout out to Homeless. We don't want to see a world where there's less competition. That'll give room for, because I can't stress this enough, for those who are not old enough to remember, reports claim that the reason the Xbox One, because you remember the reason Xbox One failed is because the original plan was, in order to use the Xbox One, you had to always be online. And that was back when everybody didn't have internet. So people were pissed about that shit, especially when it comes to playing single player game. And the rumor was that the PS4 was going to do the same exact thing. But then Xbox went on stage and announced you needed to always be online to use the Xbox One or it wouldn't work. Sony saw the response, the negative response that Xbox got, and they decided not to do the same thing last second. So don't think for a second Sony will not fuck you over. And if there is no competition, oh, they're gonna do it, bro. True, I was there. They're doing it right now. They're slowly removing stuff out of the damn PS5. Less hard drive space and all this other shit. They will do it. So hashtag pray for Xbox. Niggas on his deathbed. What up, the Homeless? Please, Xbox, just make the 720. That's what I'm saying. Yo, Sarah Bond, for the next Xbox, just from a PR standpoint, just call it the Xbox 720. It will get people excited off the name alone. I swear to God. I swear to God.
But this won't be enough to fund the purchase of the.
Shout out to Cold Cole UT with the $5 super chat.
Xbox was supposed to be the gateway for my homies into PC gaming.
Appreciate the super chat. Come out on stage when you're ready to reveal the new Xbox. Come out on stage and say, we've taken a look at what we've done over the past 2 generations and realized they are a failure and we messed up and we would like to apologize. Too much focus on television, too much focus on Game Pass or whatever. We decided to go back and look at when we were doing our best, which is the Xbox 360. And we are now doubling down on that. What that means is we are going to, because what made the Xbox 360 so great is it was affordable, but it was all the new IPs coming out at the time. Gears of War, Forza, like the Xbox games that are known for, and then Halo was still cool too. That wasn't new, but it was still cool. We're going to double down on new, unique experiences. We're going to be affordable. We're going to be the most powerful hardware out there. And we're calling it the Xbox 720.
Problems that never existed.
Yo, shout out to Blaze Light with the $5 super chat. He said it's a psychological trick. They're gaslighting you into paying more to resolve problems that never ding 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 ding. And I wish more people would understand that. Said I need to be in marketing. I do, but at bare minimum, that would get a lot of people excited about the shit. I didn't read this article. Let's read more about this Call of Duty shit. Not only is Black Ops 7 flopping, because like I'm seeing people say they don't. I saw online that the player base was terrible. Oh, here you go. I forgot to show this. Apparently, they're removing the Xbox out of Sam's Club because it's in the clearance. It's in the clearance rack. They saw Costco. For those unaware, Sam's Club is Costco's main competitor. They said, "Oh, Costco ain't carrying it. We ain't carrying it either. We finna get rid of the stock." I I saw for Black Ops 7 this weekend that a lot of people are not fucking with it. It's not even, my girl is a super Call of Duty head, and even she said, she was like, this is not giving what it needs to give. A lot of people said it just feels like Black Ops 6 DLC, and I was like, nigga, I said that. I said that when they announced the game. There's no way they're going back to back with original Black Ops 6 games. I was like, this is a PR stunt. They're using the name to sell the game at this point because they're too lazy to innovate. People are playing it, they're not liking it, and there was a report that came out that the Steam numbers, the Black Ops 7, they were not good apparently. Apparently it was like only at like 70,000 or something like that. Let me see. Battlefield 6 open beta saw 5 times more players on Steam than Black Ops 7's open beta. So Battlefield 6 beta had over 500,000 on that bit. Where's it at? And then they peaked at 99. They didn't even crack 100,000 for Call of Duty. They didn't even crack 100,000. Like, that's crazy. I saw 70,000 on Twitter. How do the numbers compare to Suicide Squad or Sparking Zero? Well, no. Those games are straight dead. These are disappointing numbers, but it's not dead. For Call of Duty, this is crazy. Siggy's stream was a slideshow last night. I think this is going to be a Battlefield year. So this is bad. They lost 300 million last year, and I don't think Black Ops 7 is going to do very good. People are just not fucking with it. I've seen so many TikToks of hackers just 360 no scoping off of buildings with wall hacks and shit. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was the biggest selling game of the year in the United States for 2024, and it set a franchise record as well.
Is outselling COD, crying face emoji.
Yo, shout out to Shiroji Uchiha with the super chat. He said Digimon, game of the year, by the way, is outselling Call of Duty. Is that true? Digimon. What's the name of the new game? Digimon says. Digimon Storytime trailer is #4 top seller on Steam. He's not lying. What? Oh my God, it is. He's not lying. What the fuck? That's crazy. Digimon is selling more than Black. Guys, is nature healing? Is nature healing? Nerd shit is selling more than Call of Duty. What the fuck? This is a crazy timeline, man. Nature might be healing, man. Digimon is up.
Every time someone donates a super chat.
Shout out to Jeffy E with the super chat. Appreciate you.
Intrusive thoughts.
I believe all of this is happening because they acquired Activision Blizzard. They can't flip the bill.
Yeah, that bill they paid for Activision was crazy. Activision and Bethesda. I think they bought Activision and Bethesda way too quickly back to back. Because keep in mind, they paid like 20 billion for Bethesda, then like another 20 for fucking Activision. Like, they spent money, bruh. I think they just spent way too much money way too soon. They got way in over their head. They should have bought one or the other, made it work, and then thought about expanding. But it's a classic case of expanding way too soon. What the fuck is Megabunk? You know what's funny? Somebody, not somebody. So there's a restaurant I frequent in my neighborhood. It's a hot pot spot. And the dude there, he's super chill. One of the servers there, he plays games and we talk all the time. And he was telling me I needed to play this game. He said it was fire. It's funny that he's like, what's Megabunk? Have any of y'all played it? He was asking me if I played it. And I was like, nah. I was like, I'll check it out later. And then I'll see y'all talking about it in the chat. But apparently this game is really fire. I don't know what the fuck it is. Megabunk is a roguelike, I think. This game is similar to Vampire Survivor if you fuck with it. I haven't played that before. But I mean, it's selling well. It's selling well. Apparently, PC don't got no exclusives, but I see games on here that's not on console. Go back to this story, though. According to Bloomberg, a former Microsoft employee disclosed that Call of Duty console and PC sales were 300 million lower in 2024 than they were in 2023. As previously disclosed, 82% of all Black Ops 6 sales came from PlayStation consoles. One of the primary reasons Microsoft purchased COD's publisher Activision Blizzard was to get new exclusive titles for the Game Pass and drive growth for that subscription service. However, Bloomberg's report notes that Game Pass subscriber growth has slowed significantly since 2020, and Microsoft hasn't shared its subscriber numbers since. It was a stupid strategy. It was a stupid fucking strategy. Because for a person like me who doesn't care about Call of Duty, but maybe I'm halfway interested, I'm going to pay for Game Pass for a month or two, play Call of Duty, and then I'm gonna turn that shit off. And guess what we did last stream? We turned that shit off.
Super chat twin.
Suckers. Oh shit.
Fuck Xbox. fuck EA, fuck Ubisoft.
He's mad. Yo, shout out to a Johnny with the $10 super chat. He said, fuck 2K, fuck Xbox, fuck EA, fuck Ubisoft. He said, fuck the world. Microsoft recently announced price hikes for the Game Pass, including a $30 monthly fee for Game Pass Ultimate to get, like, there's no way you thought most people were going to pay year round for fucking Call of Duty, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Lena Khan, the ex-commissioner chair of the Federal Trade Commission who opposed Microsoft's Activision buyout, recently wrote that Microsoft's acquisition of Activision has been followed by significant price hikes and layoffs, harming both gamers and developers. It's hurting the consumer and people are losing jobs, bruh. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 will be on Game Pass Ultimate when it launches on November 14th for Xbox One and all that other shit. In the meantime, Black Ops 7's public beta will run through October 8th for high-end collectors. There's an official, nobody cares, bro. Somebody killed me when they said casuals are going to be struggling trying to decide between
Resub is cool.
going to GTA 6 and Wolverine for Game of the Year.
BBC.
that like between Wolverine and GTA 6, that's like the Jordan LeBron conversation for casual gamers. Man, I don't know, man. I love Wolverine, but that GTA 6 got me, bro. It got me. And then 2K was going crazy too. You gonna play that new Digimon? I'm sure not. Ethos is playing it though, if you want to watch somebody stream it. So they losing money on Call of Duty, man. They're losing money on Call of Duty. And then I saw this too. This is how you know Xbox is in trouble. Walmart is not real. Now, why is this significant? This is the Xbox section. They removed the Xbox games. They put them on the fucking floor. They got Switch games in the display. Shit is fucking funny, dude. They are struck. Sam's Club got the Xbox in the clearance. Costco ain't carrying it. They threw all the Xbox games on the floor and put the Switch 2 games on there. This is a crazy timeline we are living in. You're the Switch box, bruh. So don't be surprised if you see this at Walmart, bruh. This shit is fucking crazy, man. Yo, Xbox, y'all gotta get it together. Y'all gotta get it together. We don't want to see